In this video, I'm going to show you how to increase sales in your online business fast.
Big boss, big boss, big boss, big boss.
Welcome to my channel. I'm Donnie Brown. I am your new beauty boss mentor, and if you don't know what that means that I help beauty and fashion entrepreneurs grow their business and grow their brand. But if you don't do beauty or fashion, no worries, because I specialize in getting to the bag. So either way, you're gonna find value here. So you wanna increase your sales, so let's get into it. These are some tricks and tips that I really feel like overall, if you start incorporating these into your marketing and sales strategy, you'll see results quickly, okay? So number one is what everyone loves to go to and fall back on, which is paid traffic. Here's the thing, a lot of y'all are doing it wrong. And the reason I know you're doing it wrong is because the people you're learning from are doing it wrong. So I see videos lately, a lot of videos about like, oh, just run ads to your boutique or run ads to your beauty brand and you'll begin seeing results and you'll get sales. The problem is y'all are running your ads wrong. And I'm not an ad expert, but I know some people that are. One thing I know for a fact is that if you don't do your targeting properly, you will hurt yourself. And there are other ways to get paid traffic. And it's the same thing though. If you are advertising on an influencer's page and you're paying them, you need to advertise on an influencer that has the exact target audience that you're looking for. Not just because they're cute and not just because they have a lot of followers. They need to be the followers that would care about your products. So same thing with your ads. If you're not doing the targeting right, it's not gonna work for you. And it requires you to actually have good knowledge on who you're targeting in the first place. So that's why having a target audience and being super aware of who they are and what their habits are and what they do, that's so important. So for instance, you can't say I'm targeting all women of color because all women of color don't have the same habits. A 40-year-old does not think the same way an 18-year-old does. They're not interested in the same things. They don't buy the same products. Like, no. So you can't just say all women of color, because that's just not how that works. When you're targeting, you need to get really specific and say like, what kind of identity do they have? And you can have different categories. So for instance, you might have some people, like for my brand, my age range is 25 to 35, and I only do 10-year spans, because if you go beyond that, like I said, they're not going to be interested in the same thing. So I'm not going to get to the people, in front of the right people, if I don't do that, if I don't narrow it down. And they're not gonna buy as quickly. I wanna get in front of people that are gonna take action quickly and resonate with what I have to offer. So for instance, if I'm targeting 25 to 35, then I know, okay, these people are in a certain stage of their life. A lot of them are getting married, they're getting engaged, they're new moms, or they're people that are like really on their hustle, they're like, you know, trying to accomplish certain things in their career, and they're not quite established all the way, but they're like getting there, you know. So those are different things I know for a fact. Also, I know that their lives might be hectic and they're trying to figure out how to adult. With that being said, I know that I have different categories of women. Not saying they don't overlap, but these are the main things that are going on in these people's lives. So that's the first thing you need to figure out, is what their age range is and what their identity is. Because in the beginning, when you go into the targeting portion of creating your ad, you need to actually start by targeting based on their identity. Then underneath that, when it says like narrow even more, because there's like a little button in there, it will tell you how to, like, do you want to narrow this even more? Meaning, like, of course, everyone that gets shown this ad has to have this type of identity. And underneath that, I will say they also have to have X, Y, and Z as well as an interest. So underneath that, I could put places they shop, other brands they like, influencers, celebrities that they like, stuff like that, music that they like, events that they like, and then it gets even more narrow. So this is important, because if you know on Facebook you can't target by someone's race, but if I know I'm targeting women of color, I might put in there the Shade Room, or I might put in there Essence Magazine, or you know, just something that is, or Tracy Ellis Ross, like something that I know women of color are interested in typically. Now, it helps to know more specifically the intricate things that they're into, because it'll help you get that specific person based on their personality. So you want to get a little more narrow and niche, and it'll help you kind of track your results a bit better, okay? Now, those are just some basics, but I think that right there alone will really help some of y'all, because I've just been seeing some videos and seeing some things, and it's just not quite right. Here's the thing, a lot of these people that are teaching you guys, okay, nothing against them, I love them, but a lot of them have the extra income and revenue and money to waste. Sorry, I'm just gonna say it. They have the extra money to waste to where if it doesn't quite work perfectly, it's still okay as long as they're getting some type of result from it, because they have the cash flow and the audience already to keep that up and keep those sales going. But I know that a lot of you guys don't have that extra money. Like if this doesn't work, it just doesn't work, and you've wasted money, you know? So I don't want you guys to waste money and waste your resources. I want you guys to actually get results. So those are some things you need to pay attention to when running ads. Also, your ads, you need to make sure that they are intriguing. When you're running an ad, don't run a picture. You're gonna get more bang for your buck if you run a video. Okay, that's number one. And people pay attention more to video. Also, you wanna do something that's gonna get them to stop their scroll. So for instance, if you post something, a video, and it's performing well on your page already, you might wanna extract that content and just run it as an ad and test it. Like, that's an easy way to know what to run, is like what's performing well on your page already, okay? And then the other thing is to run retargeting ads. So you need to have that pixel on your website tracking people, because if they've come to your website, you need to run an ad specifically to people that have come to your website and retarget them. But also retarget them based on what actions they're taking. So if you know that they looked at a specific product and you're tracking that, run an ad to them about that specific product. Okay, so number two is live streaming. Live streaming, I think, is so underrated for a lot of people. They don't understand the impact that it can have. So one thing I want you guys to understand is YouTubers oftentimes make a lot more money than any other influencer, because, not because of ad revenue and all that stuff. It's not because of that. It's because of the connection that you're able to build on video. Subconsciously, our minds don't know the difference between whether we're looking at someone through a screen or if they're talking directly to us in person. Okay, so that's why you feel like you know people so well on YouTube. So when they come out with a product or they say, oh my God, I have this thing for you now, then you're like running to buy, because you feel like you have a deeper connection with them rather than just somebody you follow on Instagram. Same thing goes for live streaming. It builds that fake false sense of you knowing and trusting that person. So if your brand begins to do live streams and you begin to do things that are more interactive on live stream, you can actually increase your sales. It's just about how you position it and what type of lives you're doing. So doing live selling events, doing live fashion shows, doing live presentations on how to use your product, those are all things that actually build your brand, know, like, and trust factor, and help you convert customers a lot quicker. A brand that does this is actually Curl Mix. Curl Mix goes live a lot on their Facebook page, and they actually do a lot of demonstrations on their products, and they say that their sales spike every time they do live streams. And I know for me that happens as well. Whether I'm speaking online at a live event, or even on video, when I'm doing my videos and stuff like that, my sales automatically spike afterwards. So just start doing live streams and showing up on video more, and you'll probably see some good results from that.
I actually have a free training that'll show you how to go from struggling to selling out, and you'll learn how to sell out consistently. So whether you're launching, restocking, or you just need to learn how to sell better, this is perfect for you. And not only do you get this training, but you also get a free ebook that goes with the training, and it walks you through everything that I'm talking about so you can have it and reference it later.
Number three is my favorite topic of all time because I do funnels. So number three is improving your customer's journey. So a lot of you guys don't think of it this way, but every time someone decides to buy from you, they've already gone on a journey, it's not a hypothetical journey, it's a journey. It's really a journey. They've already gone on a journey of learning who you are, learning your products, learning about why they should buy from you, all these things, okay? Here's the thing though. A lot of people, the reason they're probably not buying from you is because you're not effectively doing all of that. You're not effectively telling them who you are, why they should buy from you, what products you have available, where to buy, how much things are, all the details that someone would want to know when they're deciding to buy, okay? And that's the thing, like when you are selling in a store, that connection and those touch points happen a lot quicker because they're right there in your face and you can sell them on something. But when you're online, you have to go through all these different touch points and things for a person to decide that they want to trust you, give you their money, wait for it to come in the mail, blah blah blah, feel convinced that that product is for them. So it's really important that you develop a customer journey that, you know, is easy, that makes it easy for someone to decide to buy from you. This is my favorite exercise, is to have a stranger look at all of your stuff or someone that is going to be super honest with you, and just have them pretend like they are a potential customer and go through the process of looking at your social media, looking at your website, and telling you what they see, telling you what they think you should change and what they think would make that experience better. Because if you do that, then you'll become more aware of like, oh, this is actually messing up someone's, you know, opportunity to buy from me. There's like a super embarrassing thing that happened to me. So when I launched my other brand, Lex, the day we launched, I didn't realize that I didn't set up something right on my website. So it actually prevented a lot of people from buying from me. Because of that, I missed out on a lot of sales. When you have a team, you can always assign somebody to that, and that can be their job to make sure that everything is functioning properly on your website and with everything else that you have running. But right now, as a business owner, a great way to figure that out is to get feedback and just also test things out yourself. Okay, so number 4 is to actually utilize action triggers. Now, this is something I talk about a lot over on Instagram because I don't know if you guys know, but I specialize in funnels and helping people build funnels to actually grow their sales. And if you don't know what a funnel is, just head to my Instagram. I have a link below that has some story highlights that kind of explains it a bit more. But all of your favorite brands use funnels, okay? Action triggers are actually things that push people to take action. So whenever you use scarcity, FOMO, you use emotion, those are things that can get people to take action quicker. Now here's an example. When someone shows you a bunch of orders and they're like, we only got 10 left. These are all the orders that we've already gotten and we only have 10 left of this in stock, and we don't know when we'll restock again, and like more than likely they'll be back in stock like next week. But they tell you that they don't know when they'll be in stock again and that they only have 10 left, so you better hurry right now. That is using scarcity and FOMO, the fear of missing out and the idea that if you don't get it right now, it's not going to be available. Also, emotion. Like for instance, with my products, if I showed you, and I'm going to actually start showing this because my skin used to look a mess, but so I could show you a before picture of how my skin looked before I started using my products, and then a picture of how my skin looks now that I've been using my products. And that right there alone could make you be like, you know what, I'm gonna go buy that. Or just showing reviews of people, you know, that have actually used the product and them talking about how amazing it is. Every time I do that, you guys, I kid you not, every time I show a review, I get sales. So it's so important that you utilize action triggers and do things that'll make people be like, okay, like get people off the fence and make them decide to buy fast. Okay? And then number 5 is encourage your customers to promote for you. So what does that mean? That means give them an excuse to talk about your product to other people. So I always include unboxing instructions, or just tell them to share, you know, that they've gotten their order on their story and tag you, stuff like that. That gets you in front of their audience. And more than likely, if that's your customer, I'm sure they have friends just like them. And then also encouraging them with like affiliate links and reward programs for like referring a friend and stuff like that. Do something that encourages people to tell others about your brand. It seems so simple, but people are not doing it enough, and that's how you get in front of new people, is word of mouth. And it converts quicker because we trust people that we know way more than a stranger, right? So if you got introduced to a brand through your friend, you're more likely to go buy those products. I know that happened to me recently. I was getting my lashes done by the Lash Exchange. She's so dope. I will tag her below, but we were talking while she was doing my lashes, and she was telling me about this woman here in Dallas, and she does natural hair. And oh my God, this woman's hair, her hair is gorgeous, and then all her clients, their hair looks gorgeous. And I found out, one, that she's booked and she's highly priced. She's next level priced. That's what we're gonna call it. But she has products, and so I was like, let me get the products so I can look like that. I heard about her and trusted her because this girl told me about how dope she was, and I was like, oh, I need to look. And come to find out, she was the bomb. And then that pushed me to buy. So it just works, it happens, and we all buy things because of recommendations someone that we like has showed us, like an influencer, a friend, whatever, and it just works, it converts. If you're still here, you need to just go on and watch another one of my videos, okay? So I have other videos about how I started my brand and that whole process of how I started to pivot. And then I also have other videos just on how to grow your own brand and how to grow your business. So whatever you like, whatever your flavor is, just go on and click. Let's not end things here. Just continue.